Hello everyone, I'm Alina, the Tax Manager of PHC Advisory Tax and Accounting, and today I would like to discuss the topic, the financial risk of work injury compensation with you. Let's get it started. Firstly, I would like to introduce our DP group. Our group value corporate social responsibility. We put client satisfaction as our top priority as always. Our mission is to be present in every business capital of the world to make the global business environment better through our work. We have proven international experience thanks to our international team and strong network. Our group is established by our founding fathers, Ms. Carlo Danville and Ms. Mathilde Zhi. And we have 4 entities. Danville and Partners Legal Counsel is a consolidated business in the international legal profession. PHC Advisory Tax and Accounting is a dynamic and international consulting firm specializing in accounting, taxation, and finance. Eastern Communication and Events is an international agency specializing in social media management, PR, and events planning. Chance and Better Education provide various kinds of services in terms of education. Our group have issued various China practical guides on various aspects of business, which is available on iBooks, Amazon, and Google Play. In addition, we have also issued various international practical guides on cross-border investment in Vietnam, Italy, and Belarus. And here are some of our clients. We also have very broad affiliations with well-known universities across the world. And here are our offices. And today I would like to share with you the topic of financial risk of work injury compensation. And firstly, I will introduce what are work injury compensation risks, and then how to reduce such risks. The work injury insurance fund is a compulsory legal obligation to be paid by the company. It provides workers with necessary economic compensations when they suffer from injury or diseases during production and business activities. And here are the main financial risks relating to work injury compensation. The first one is in addition to the work injury insurance fund, there are still some expenses that need to be borne by the employer. When the accident happens, if the employer fails to file for work injury certification within the time limit, such expenses should be borne by the employer. In terms of the labor dispatch agreement, if there is not a clear compensation agreement for the accidents, the expenses will be borne by the employer. Here are the common compensation expenses borne by the employer. Firstly is the wages and benefits during the treatment of work-related injuries. And secondly, the monthly disability allowance for the 5th and the 6th work injury level. And in addition, the company should also bears a one-time disability employment subsidy when the labor contract is terminated. And here are the summary of work injury compensation costs according to different injury levels. The firstly is the monthly disability allowance, and then the one-time disability subsidy, and it's also the wages during the treatment. The yellow highlighted part are the costs to be borne by the employers, while the blue ones are mostly covered by the work injury insurance fund. And then let's take a look at how to reduce the risks. Firstly, the company should provide the required trainings for the jobs and aiming to strengthen the internal safety operation management. And secondly, in terms of labor dispatch agreements, we need to clarify the social insurance and work injury compensation obligations to be borne by which party. Thirdly, since the work injury insurance fund cannot cover all the injury costs, the company can consider the supplementary work injury liability insurance. And fourthly, if the accident indeed happens, the company should timely submit the work injury identification materials to ensure that the injury accident filing process can be completed within the time limit. And here is a case study of a company. This company only purchased the commercial accident insurance for employees. However, it didn't pay the work injury insurance that is required by law. And however, the accident happened and one employee died. And therefore, the company has to pay the large amounts of compensations for the work injuries because it didn't pay the compulsory work injury insurance fund. And therefore, the much of the cost cannot be covered by the insurance fund. And as the regulations do not prohibit the coexistence of private insurance compensation and work-related insurance benefits at the same time, the company should also buy the work injury insurance fund. And I would like to summarize the main points. Firstly, the work injury insurance fund doesn't cover all the company costs, and therefore the company could consider adding the supplementary work injury liability insurance to lower the costs. And thirdly, even the company buys a private commercial insurance, it cannot replace the compulsory work-related injury insurance. And thank you very much for your time. If you have any comments or questions, please don't hesitate to contact us.